Alright. Easy enough.
Alright, this is gonna be weird as fuck. Let's go for it. Full send it.
Yeah, it's weird. I can't look at you.
Yeah, I know. I keep looking at your stupid profile photo and I'm just like, that ain't Chris.
You know, that's Marvin Heemeyer.
Who the hell is that?
He's a American welder. He kept getting fucked over by his local government. So what he did is he bought a bulldozer, and he rigged it up with a bunch of armor plating, and he tore down a bunch of buildings.
Oh, yeah.
With the bulldozer.
I remember that guy.
On a rampage. And the only reason he was stopped was because he shot himself.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
The other option that was considered was bringing an anti-tank missile. So, anyway.
Good talk. Whenever you're ready.
That was a good preamble. You can put that into the show.
Oh, I will. I'm eating a sandwich, by the way.
Nice. What kind of sandwich you got?
Ham and cheese.
Hello and welcome to the 36th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, and this is a bit of a weird one, but we have your co-host, Jordan, and we're not looking at each other.
That's me.
So I can't...
Yeah. I can't see Chris at all. I don't know where he is. I have no idea where he is right now. I'm assuming he's at home.
No, I'm under a bridge.
So, even though this episode might suck, if you're interested in watching us in the future, you can find us on numerous platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, and, of course, Google Podcasts and Pocket Casts. We also have our RSS feed. Always, put that shit in your favorite podcasting app and listen to us wherever you'd like. And then, of course, we have our YouTube channel where we upload dumb shit, stupid videos that no one likes. A lot of people like them, actually, but they're pretty shit. And we have dumb versions of the podcast on there. Eventually, we might even have a video portion of the podcast on there. And then, of course, contact us, synapsemisfire@pm.me. That's via email. Comments, questions, concerns, death threats. And, Chris, I was thinking recently they should send us some gift cards. That'd be cool.
Gift cards. Send us money.
Send us money, and I may ship you some of my bathwater.
Take really detailed scans of $100 bills and send them to us.
I'm going to take if you do that, I'll take a really detailed scan of my nutsack and send it to you.
The reason I'm saying that is because that's like a crime. Your printer actually is rigged to alert authorities when you do that. Or a lot of printers just won't do it.
The more you know. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
For a while, for certain images of banknotes, you can't even put in Photoshop. They'll tell you can't modify banknotes.
That's really freaking weird, actually. Glad I never tried to, for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's strange. Anyway, let's explain what's going on. Why is this episode different? Why do we sound different? What's going on?
So, why do we sound different? Well, see, Chris is under a bridge because he lost his house, so we had to sell the podcast equipment to buy him a new mic to use under the bridge. No, all seriousness, everyone, I got the Rona. I got coronavirus.
Man got COVID.
I got gut. It was really funny because Saturday, when we recorded last episodes 34 and 35, I was complaining like the whole time, and it was funny when I went back and was editing. I kept going, man, I feel so tired. Man, my head hurts. What the hell's going on? I feel like I'm dying. And
it's because he was.
And come to find out, I had a dentist appointment that day, which is kind of what we joked about on the show, thinking was like kind of the reasoning. And we had done some dumb shit beforehand. And then come to find out, I went to work Monday. I was with some boys, with Chris, with the other guys in his department. And then come Wednesday, I'm like, man, I really feel like shit. So I get tested on Friday. By that Sunday, get my results, and I was fucking positive for the coronavirus.
Man.
I have no idea where it could have came from. I have no idea who I could have got it from.
It's
like
shit just happens, man.
Yeah, I mean, I would bet money on the fact that I don't think I got it from someone directly through like exposure or contact. I think I got it through like an object in like a store because there was no one I was around that even remotely had symptoms.
Did you go around like licking stuff?
Well, after thinking about it and sitting on it, I think when I stuck my dick in the glory hole in the bathroom at Market Basket, and then I stuck my mouth in it, I thought that could have been. Could have been it, but
That could have done it.
I don't think so though. I don't. Something tells me that would probably be arguably cleaner than the rest of Market Basket. So
I don't know.
So no, yeah. I have no fucking idea, dude. I don't know what happened, but I got the Rona.
I don't know.
I heard from our manager that me getting the Rona made Chris have to stay home all last week. So
yeah, I didn't go to work last week.
So that sucks. I felt bad for that, but at least I didn't get you sick.
Right. It's I tested negative, so I'm fine.
And I'm over it. Today was my 3 days ago was my release day, but for safety's sake, we just figured we'd do this episode remote.
Yeah, technically today was mine.
Yeah, for quarantine.
But I don't work today, so.
No? Maybe you should.
No, I don't think I will. Go there. No one's there.
No one's there. Not even like a security guard. You're just there. You're just sitting there.
I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Chris let himself into the building. What's going on?
Didn't we fire him? How the fuck did he get in here?
Isn't he illegally dead? What's happening right now?
How did he get in here? We deactivated his ID badge. Oh yeah, he just tied his truck, the hitch to one of the doors and just yanked it down.
Jesus.
That's how. Hey, you're a hard worker, man. I could see you doing that to get in.
I mean, at the end of the day, the door's glass.
Yeah, truck.
Okay. So how was it though? How did
Honestly,
did you die or
no? So Saturday was that headache and a little bit of tiredness by the time we were done with the podcast, and that's honestly fairly common for me. Headaches in general for me are super common, which is why I went into work Monday without a second thought.
Yeah.
And then tiredness. I mean, dude, the last 4 episodes of the podcast we've been saying, oh, we should do the podcast before the real life stuff because we're always fucking dead by the time the actual podcast comes around. So again, it was something I was it's no big deal. I'm just tired. The worst of it was just that I had that headache. So come Monday around lunchtime at work, I had so much pressure in my head that, when you get those headaches where you look your eyes around and it just feels like your eyes about to burst, like someone's squeezing it. It was that shit.
Yeah, what I've had before, which was really bad. I think it was the last time I got strep throat. I had a headache that was so bad it felt like there was a bunch of gravel in my head.
Oh.
I would move my head around and it just felt like it was there was liquid or gravel or something sloshing around. That was the worst headache I've ever had.
Oh, that fucking sucks. But that was the worst.
You know how it was bad. You know how it was bad because I think this was junior year of high school maybe. You know how it was bad. I didn't even eat lunch that day.
Oh, dude, I remember that actually. That was that day.
I gave my lunch to someone else. Yeah.
Yeah. Who did you give that to? Was it who? I almost remember who. You given that lunch?
No, I gave my lunch to Connor.
Yeah, to Connor. That's right. And yeah, that's right. You didn't eat lunch that day. That was a sad day. I thought you were dying. Whatever happened with that? That was strep throat, right? Or was that not?
That was that was strep throat or the flu. I don't remember.
Damn. That was.
No, it was strep throat because I've been vaccinated every year for the flu.
Yeah.
And when you actually get the flu, when you have the vaccination, which has happened to me a couple of times, it's not that bad.
Yeah, no, it's not nearly as bad as the 1 year that I didn't get vaccinated, or I was going to, but the week before I got the flu, and I got fucked, dude. So hard.
Yeah, I got vaccinated a couple days before I think I got the flu.
Shut that out.
Last year.
God
a
damn.
year and a half ago. Well, I say last year. I mean 2019.
Oh, yeah, back in high school.
Early 2019. I just redacted 2020 from my brain for a second.
Understandable. Most people do.
But yeah, last time I did that, I was I got really sick for 3 days, but it wasn't it wasn't the kind of sickness where I was yeah, I gotta stay home from work. I went to work anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking suffered.
It was just. Yeah, I mean, granted, I wasn't very busy those 3 days. A lot of, in that time period, where I was working was January 2019 to March 2020. I was in a server room with no windows. No one bothered me. The only time I had to leave that room was when I got a phone call.
Yeah. So.
Which a lot of times is pretty rare. So I was just hanging out watching YouTube being sick.
Yeah. Just it's you're having soup laying on a server rack.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking hysterical. Yeah, honestly, like, to answer your main question, how was it? The worst of it was that headache. I had a runny nose at one point, and fun fact, I lost my taste and smell, and I still can't smell, but I can taste again. So,
interesting.
I can't smell, which is pretty good. The only thing is I don't know when to shower now, so that's fun.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's usually how I gauge how often to shower.
Yeah, so typically what I do now is, now that I'm allowed to go out and I still can't smell, I just kind of walk up to people and gauge their response. I'm just like, hey, what's up? And I like lift my arm, like, hey, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, if they look disgusted, you know.
If they look like they wish they had a 12 gauge in their mouth, I'm like, yeah, maybe I should rinse, you know.
Maybe that's the time. Grab a couple wet wipes
from KFC.
Give myself a little pat down. Like, oh yeah, don't even bother paying for them. Just go to KFC. Can I get some wet naps?
Hell yeah, please? Dude. Start wiping down with them. But no, dude, honestly, not being able to smell and taste is one of the coolest and most startling things ever. I woke up on the Saturday right before I was waiting for my results. The day before I got my results, I woke up on the Saturday, and I was like, yeah, actually, I don't feel bad. Like I said, the worst of it was that headache. I had a runny nose, slight cough. Nothing major. I got lucky. And I'm taking a shower, and I have the Dr. Squatch soap, which I've talked about in the show, and how it smells super good, and I fucking love it. So I open up a new one, and I take a sniff, and I'm like, yes. Wait, what the fuck? So I smell it again, and I'm like, man, this one sucks. They didn't even, it's a peppermint one. It should be strong. I've used it before. It's awesome. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just consider it a dud. So then I grab the other one I had, and I take a smell, and I'm like, wait a minute. I can't smell any of these. So now I'm like, this is while I'm still waiting for results. And at this point, I still had a little bit of hope. Like, this is just this is like, a sinus infection or some shit. Like, I'm fine. Uh-oh, maybe he is positive.
That clipped my audio.
God, no. But I'm thinking, this could be anything. This could be a sinus infection, whatever, So I'm hoping at that point. And then I was like, you know what? If I can't smell, let me try to taste. So I started eating random things. And I tried, I thought of the strongest things.
Did you try to eat the soap?
I did, yes. Couldn't taste it. I couldn't, man. So I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to try, maple syrup. That's a strong thing. Sour cream and onion chips. That's strong. Couldn't taste any of them. Sour cream and onion chips tasted like a salty-ass potato chip. That's it. Maple syrup tasted like just fucking goopy water. That's all it was. And I'm like,
what the fuck?
I'm like, bro, this is weird as shit. So I started eating yogurt, and I'm like, dude, this just kind of tastes like the consistency of semen. It's just no flavor. It's just semen, dude. And I'm like, what is this?
There's a lot of people who actually just don't have those senses at all, which is something I've learned about. There's people who just, in general, have never, ever been able to smell or taste anything.
That's fucking crazy, dude. Not being able to smell is honestly pretty cool. I cleaned Oster's litter box today, so today, as Chris knows, I did a major disinfect of my entire apartment with my girlfriend. We went through everything, disinfected it, because we're technically both clear after today. Today is her last day quarantine, because she also tested positive, obviously. So we did a major disinfect, and I cleaned Oster's litter box, and I didn't even have to be like, oh man, I know, I'm inhaling all this ammonia right now, but I can't feel it, so it's fine. The weirdest part was when I was still trying to see if I really couldn't smell, or if it was just limited. So I smelled perfume, right? And you know how if you inhale, say you're spraying cologne or something, you inhale it, oh fuck, that burns, right? So
yeah, you kind of want to die for a second.
Yeah, so I take a whiff of the perfume, and I'm like, bro, I can't smell nothing. So I take a big, deep inhale, and I'm like, I'm just in the inhale, I'm savoring, I'm like, come on, I gotta smell this. And then all of a sudden, I just feel my lungs burning, I'm like, oh shit, I'm still inhaling the chemical, I just can't smell it.
Yeah, yeah, because all perfume is it's a scent carried by alcohol.
Yep, exactly.
So you were just huffing alcohol fumes.
Exactly, so I just huffed it, and I'm like, oh, well, that burns a little bit, but I can't smell it. So needless to say, I still can't smell, and from what I've heard, that lasts months. So that's going to be interesting.
Holy shit.
Our boss, actually, who's had corona, he had it in January. He's still...
oh, yeah, he mentioned this to me.
He still has smell issues.
He still can't smell much.
The taste is, back, so that's good, I guess, because that's fun. Food's boring without taste. But for a little while, it was cool, just not being able to taste, not being able to smell. But now, not being able to smell now, I don't even notice it at this point. It's just I'll occasionally be like, hey, shouldn't that thing over there smell? What the fuck? But
shouldn't that smell like something?
Yeah, but it's the weirdest thing, dude. But I got pretty lucky. I mean, I didn't have major symptoms. Same thing with Letsy. She didn't have anything too crazy. Worst of her sickness was a little bit of nausea one morning. So we got lucky, but
that's fair.
We just kind of quarantined, which wasn't bad because by the time I even registered the symptoms as anything beyond a headache and then got tested and got my results, I was already a week and a half in. So I got the results on Sunday and they were like, yeah, you're good on Wednesday, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. So I didn't have to quarantine like crazy. And then I was really shocked they made you quarantine like they did, especially with the negative result.
Yeah, I was too, considering the other two schmucks I work with didn't. They stayed home till like Wednesday, and they were cleared on Thursday when I got my results.
Yeah, they basically. So what happened? The ins and outs of it was essentially when they contact traced with me, like asking me essentially who I was around, etc., etc.
I guess it was mainly me.
I told them how Saturday night around 6:30 to 7 was when symptoms kicked in, and the only person I was with that day was you. And I said that where you worked, and then I said I saw our friend of the show, Alex, who also works with you, saw him on Monday. And they were like, okay, so you saw Alex on Monday, but you were with Chris on Saturday, and did you have mass? And part of me was going to be like, yeah, no, don't worry about it. And then I was like, nah, I mean, it's not illegal to not have mass. So I was like, no, we were filming a video for YouTube, and we didn't have mass, and simple as that. And they were like, okay, so who else were you around? I was like, no, that was basically it. So,
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
Conclusions you should draw from that, just before you finish up, is, just be smart. Just don't.
Yep. Basically. So...
Don't be like us.
Yeah, don't be like us. And their conclusion, the reason that you quarantined, or like sent to quarantine, they didn't, was if you tested positive, everyone in your department was going to be home. So...
That's true.
That's what our boss settled on. That's what HR settled on. It was, I'm positive, so I'm home. But if the side effects or whatever, if the infection somehow got to you, then you were obviously with them in your department, close quarters. Obviously, we all have masks on throughout the day at work, but you're still in the same department. I am not with you guys, so like the time I saw you on Monday, they basically said it was negligible. It was just the fact that I saw you on Saturday. So...
Yeah, because it was a whole incident for me. I had to like talk to HR and stuff.
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't mean to like get you held home, but they asked who I was around, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna fucking lie. So.
No, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I got some stuff done, so
yeah.
I'm not gonna complain about
it. I was like, well, in fairness, symptoms started here, but as for work, I was like, I wasn't really around anyone at work. I was like, technically, the only person would be you. That I would have been around for any length of time without a mask, because even at work we all have masks. So, and I was surprised. I thought once you got the negative, they would have let you go, just because, like, first of all, that Thursday you got tested, dude, that was already like 6 days after exposure.
Well, in fairness, I got tested Monday, and I didn't get results till like Thursday. They told me 1 to 2 days. Yeah,
that's usually the typical turnover. If you went to the hospital right near my apartment, obviously I won't say the name, it's less than 24 hours. That's how Letsy did it. She went on like I think it was a Monday or something like that. Or she went one day, whatever it was. Just say fucking Thursday. And she had her results Friday morning by like 11 a.m. So
I just went to fucking CVS.
That's where I went. You went to the same CVS as me, the one here in the city, right?
Yeah.
At the other end, yeah. I went there too. It was cool because you get to self-swab yourself, dude. That was cool. That was awesome.
It was weird. I was in my car, and she gave me the little kit, and I was like, okay. And then she's like, okay, I'm just going to keep an eye on you. She watched me fucking jam a thing in my nose.
Yeah, I jammed it in, dude. I pulled the thing out, and there was so much goddamn snot on it. I was like, do you really want this, or can I just get another one, man? Granted,
it's just... yeah.
Granted, I was sick, so, I'm sure they understood.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
They, yeah, overall, I mean, I'm honestly, and our boss can attest to this because I talked to him about it, I was more concerned that, like, Monday was negligible. I didn't see anyone long enough. You guys shouldn't have got sick from that. I was more concerned, honestly, about Saturday that I was with you, getting you sick or your dad. That was the two things that I was like, fuck. And then... Yeah. Once you tested negative, I was like, all right, I'm good. It's fine. No big deal. So. That was good. At least your dad didn't get sick or yourself. Because not that it would have been horrible for you. You could have been the same thing. Fucking headache, runny nose. But still, no need to be sick. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I would have been fine. My dad's fully vaccinated now, so
yeah, that's a good thing. Because Saturday, honestly, it worked out because Saturday we did our IRL content and he didn't interrupt us because he was recovering from the vaccine. So he had almost no exposure to me that day, which was good. I guess it was the stars aligned. So overall, though, it is what it is. The state contacted me, so that was fun. They actually, I'll be honest with you, they do a lot more than you think. Like, the state contacted me. They offer food delivery services, grocery shopping, laundry. Like, they offered a lot of fucking services to us for free.
Really?
Yeah. They offered some pretty awesome services to us, so, I mean, compliments to the government, even though they usually don't make good decisions, but they actually offer a lot.
I guess that's only the elite few who test positive, not people who are waiting on results and are still out of work.
Exactly.
Because I didn't get shit.
Yeah, exactly.
They basically, I'm gonna have to sit there and fill out all the paperwork, and they're gonna probably still tell me to go fuck myself.
Where, at work, or
No, for unemployment.
Oh, yeah.
So I couldn't work.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, yeah, fuck you, buddy. Yeah, I don't know, man. It was an interesting experience, but it's basically over now, so that's cool. I mean, and I get, like, possibly, anyway, it's not guaranteed, but you get, like, the 2 months, 3 months of antibody immunity, so that's cool, I guess. Have to really worry about it. And ultimately, no one got sick. So everyone I was exposed to, some of the guys in my department, yourself, and the guys in your department, no one got sick. So it's kind of what matters, No one's going to jail.
Yeah. I guess I'm not going to complain.
Could be worse. But so that's why this episode might suck. And there's so many goddamn motorcycles out today, dude. You hear that shit?
Yeah. It's a Saturday afternoon, Jordan.
And it's beautiful out, dude. It's like 60 today. It's fucking mint. It's 65.
It was nice. It's nice today. I have not left the house today. But it was nice as shit yesterday. I was going to wait till the beginning of next episode to tell this, because this is like kind of a long story. But
go for it.
I got some stuff done yesterday.
Let's kick it off. Let's get off the Corona topic. Let's get into the stories. What'd you do yesterday, Chris, when you were locked down by the fascist government that was saying you can't leave your house?
Locked down. I got negative results, so I'm just like, fuck it, right? So,
Understandable.
At the end of the day, the reason I was testing outside of like my required testing for school, they test you like every 2 weeks, was because I was exposed to someone. And after that exposure, I had a negative test from earlier in that week, and I had a negative test from last week.
Yeah.
So, I'm good. So I went to Harbor Freight, the best store.
Absolutely, dude. I went there and bought like a 20-pack of AA batteries for like fucking $3.
Really?
$3, dude.
Yeah, those guys, they sell so much cheap shit.
That's where I got my lug set that I talked about last episode with the paper wad. That's where I got the fucking socket to do the LUTs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go. I bought a sandblaster. A sandblaster and some sand.
Oh, did you
because
I know where this is going. This is good.
I figured it was gonna be, well, I didn't figure. My dad figured, because he's a lot.
He's actually intelligent.
Smarter than I.
Makes sense.
Yeah. That it might be a lot easier, because I wanted to undercoat the frame of my truck. And he said it might be easier to blast all the rust off with a sandblaster rather than just like go at it with the grinder and wire wheel and stuff. So I was like, all right, yeah, cool. I bought the sandblaster and some sand and some evaporust as well. So I get this sandblaster. I get it all figured out. Turns out the sand I bought is really, really fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I need some coarser material. So that kind of sent me back a little bit, but it still worked pretty good. I spent about 5 hours in like the rear half of my truck. Just going to town on the frame. Anything I saw could have had rust on it. I gave it a Vaporust.
And a blast.
I waited, and I blasted the shit out of it. So, and I had a wire brush, and I was brushing like paint and rust chips off and stuff. And there's a couple areas that probably need some work. But the actual like rails of the frame are pretty good. So,
not bad.
So yeah, I spent a lot of time doing that. I got to test out some new jack stands I bought. I bought 4 6-ton jack stands.
Holy shit, nice. Nice ones for what you're doing. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They're pretty good. They worked out pretty good. I had my truck on all four jack stands.
It's better than using your chest as a jack stand.
Yeah, that's what I would want to avoid usually. And it's still really nerve-wracking being under a vehicle for any amount of time, really.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I was like, I had to like take a minute and kind of get used to being under a truck. You don't really want to do that usually.
Yeah.
So basically, I spent a lot of time on the actual sides of the truck too. I was just going at anything, like I said, anything that could have rust on it. I just went to town with the sandblaster. Now to get easy access to the frame rails from the outside of the truck, I took the rear wheels off, and I don't know what they put those wheels on with, but it was like impossible for me to get the lug nuts off.
Sounds like when I did Letsy's brakes.
Jordan, I am not a small person.
No.
I'm a very large person. Right?
Some might say yes.
I had my breaker bar out, and it's not a huge breaker bar. It's like, I don't know, a foot, 15 inches long, something like that. And I had my breaker bar out, and I was pushing down on it. I was pushing on it to get it going. What I had to do, right, I went over and I grabbed my my impact, the air tool, and I tried to, give it some persuasion with the air tool, the impact gun. Nothing. It didn't move at all.
God damn.
I had to put it on each lug nut and step on it like a step. And most of them held my weight for a couple seconds.
Before breaking loose.
What
the fuck was put on that?
I have no idea, Jordan.
There was no, Loctite,
no
that
clue.
fucking video you were talking about, right? Nothing like that?
No, there was no Loctite. There was nothing. They were just on there.
What the fuck?
So I had to do that. That was fun. I had to crack them loose. So I did the rear wheels off like that, and I got rid of some of the rust on the frame rails that way, which was a lot easier. And eventually, I wanted to get the actual inside of the frame rails that you can't see, with just the wheels off, the other side.
Yep.
And I realized that I need a sandblasting mask, or a sandblasting hood.
Yeah, you got a fucking helmet, dude.
Which put me behind.
So wait, were you sandblasting that whole time with nothing, no PPE, like no glasses or anything?
No, I had glasses and a dust mask.
I was gonna say, yeah, you'll get fucked real quick if you don't do that.
But if I did, if I wanted to actually do it how I was doing it on my back, under the truck, I need a hood, because there was no way I could angle it where there wasn't dust going directly into my face. I tried to go at it with an airsoft mask for a little while.
Yeah.
And that worked okay, but then eventually it kind of didn't.
Didn't cut it after a while.
I just figured I'm just gonna wait. And I was getting tired anyway, it was getting late. And let me tell you, Jordan, let me tell you.
Tell me, son.
Let me tell you. When you live like an almost sedentary lifestyle for like nearly 20 years, and then all of a sudden you start doing like hard manual labor, your body like really, he's like, you gotta pump the fucking brakes.
He's like, hang on. You're telling me, buddy, that we've been jacking it 3 times a day for 16 years. And then the other 4 years.
That's the only movement you've done.
That is that's the only physical manual labor you've done in like 16 years. And now you're going to start working on trucks. Hold the fuck on, buddy. At least start with the go-kart.
Hold the phone. My entire upper body hurts. Man. Oh, I also did the serpentine belt on my truck. That was fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my dad and I were looking at the truck the other day. I was checking the oil to make sure there was like no oil burn or anything. And there was an oil leak, not an oil burn. The filter was gradually letting out oil just a little bit.
Really? The oil filter?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we gave it some beans with the filter.
Would you say that it's not hand tight anymore?
It's definitely not.
That's funny. So yeah, all right. So note that for next time.
And I stand corrected on that. But
no. I'm not even challenging. Fuck that. I don't care. That was just a funny day. I'm just thinking how it came off so easy that first time, but I wonder if it leaked at all before that. I didn't see any oil like stains from then.
There was visible oil on it though. I drained out about like a half quart or something.
You top it back off.
So I filled that back.
You're like,
up.
yeah, I threw some water in there.
Not even enough to give me like a low oil pressure light. I was just checking it because it was there.
Yeah.
And when my dad, when I was doing that, my dad looked in the engine bay because you need a new serpentine belt, and I looked at it, it was all cracked and shitty. So I did that and I replaced that. $56 for a serpentine.
When
belt,
you goddamn, that is expensive for a fucking belt. That's not as bad as your coils though.
No, but it wasn't even like an AC Delco belt. It was like some aftermarket one. Man.
When you I know when you do your obviously your timing belt, you have to time up all your gears. With your serpentine, do you just fucking slap a new one on? I know you have to follow the right path, but you don't have to time anything, right?
You just follow the path. You don't have to time anything.
All right, yeah. I was gonna say, at first you said serpentine, and for some reason timing belt popped in my head, and I was like, how the fuck did you fucking get to your timing belt and do that in like an hour? Because that shit's usually nerve-wracking as hell if you think doing spark plugs is hard.
No, it's well, it's got a timing chain, and it was actually replaced before I bought the truck.
Oh, that's good.
As a timing chain, so it's not, you don't really have to replace it.
Yeah, that's good though. At least it's already replaced.
So that means there's nothing else being driven by that. So like my water pump and everything is all being driven by the serpentine belt.
Yeah, so it's a lot easier. I got hazelnut coffee for the first time from Dunkin' today. I've only ever had it from McDonald's. It's so much fucking better.
And you can actually taste it.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah, dude. Right? Hell yeah. Yeah, I can fucking taste it. You were talking about manual labor, right? And it made me think, I should have mentioned this about the Rona. It has actually kind of taken, I mean, I think it's just because I'm still a little sick from it. Like, not sick, but I'm, not fully recovered. I've, like, been getting winded way easier now. Like, going up my stairs. You know how I'm up, like, 5 flights of stairs? I will literally get to the top, and I'm, like, heavy breathing. I have, like, a slight pain in my chest, and I'm like, oh, God, bro.
Damn, it's like me.
And I was talking to my mom, who's obviously a nurse, about it, because basically, when I tested positive, I reported it to fucking everyone. I reported it to work, the dentist office, fucking everyone. Just to fucking...
You were shouting it from the rooftops.
Basically, dude, I had to backtrack to so many fucking things, and I didn't even do anything. That's the crazy part, but there was just so many people that I was technically around. She was telling me how some people, after Corona, are getting prescribed aspirin, because aspirin's a blood thinner, and Corona can actually affect your platelets in your blood and cause clotting. So they give you typically, like, say, a month's supply of aspirin after, so you have a blood thinner so you don't clot. And I'm like, fuck, maybe I should talk to my doctor, because I still need to report it to him. I haven't reported it to him.
Well, Unless they're giving you, like, lethal amounts of aspirin. You can just get some over-the-counter aspirin.
No, I know, but I have to see if it's recommended for, like, my age, my size, because it's very specific patients that are recommended to essentially have it. I don't know if it's maybe older.
Just start taking aspirin.
I'm just going to start taking meth.
That works, too.
That's
help.
Not only a blood thinner, but it's a brain thinner, dude.
It's a brain thinner.
Oh, shit. You have aspirin, the blood thinner, meth, the brain thinner, and steroids, which is the cock thinner.
The nut thinner.
The nutsack thinner. Absolutely, dude. Oh, shit, dude. So, aside from the trut stuff, what have you been up to? This is the longest I've gone without seeing your dumb mug. I haven't seen your fucking mug.
I mean, I've just been existing, basically.
Existing?
Yeah, I mean, I was just uncertain because, like, I was like, hang on, I can't go to work, and now it's, like, a whole thing. I have to, like, talk to people and get it going and figure out when I can go back. It was a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you want to know the craziest part?
I did that.
Work gave me a harder time about it than the state did.
Really?
Yeah. They had, so HR at work and I were talking about it. They had a nurse call me. The nurse was the nicest one, but the HR lady, or I think it's like a contracted company. It's through HR, but they don't actually work in our company's HR department. They're like a contracted company specifically for COVID. They were like, they're like, okay, so who were you around? And I was like, oh, well, people at work and then outside of work. And then they were like, when did your symptoms start? And I was like, Saturday, had a headache at night. And she goes, okay, your symptoms started Saturday. Why did you come into work Monday? And I was like, because I had a headache and that was it. And to me, that's fucking normal.
Yeah, you don't think of... You still have to think of, like, in the context of, like, everything, right? You're just like, oh, it's a headache. I'm not going to bother.
Yeah, it's a headache.
I'm not going to stay home over a headache.
I had my teeth drilled Saturday and then had a headache Saturday night. Where would I have thought that was corona? Like, what the fuck? You know?
I don't know, man.
But they basically were saying, like, a couple sarcastic things to me on the phone, and I was just like, well, you know, headaches are normal, so I went into work and did a thing and then worked from home the rest of the week. So that was the advantage I had, is I worked from home the rest of the week, so it wasn't as big of a deal as it would have been had I not. So,
and I guess it would have been a huge thing if I was positive.
Oh, if you were positive, your whole department was going home. That was already planned, had that happen. So
that was going to be a whole fucking thing. But I was negative, so it's good.
It's a positive, baby. You being negative is a positive. Imagine that.
Yes.
Imagine that, dude. But,
imagine that I forgot to study.
Well,
so I get negative on my test.
That's what one of the fucking dudes said to me from my department. He was like, oh, did you study for this test?
Don't forget to study.
And I was like, I hope I didn't study so I can get a fucking failing grade, man. Like, come on, bro.
Turns out you studied too hard.
Turns out I studied too hard, man. Hear that, kids? Don't go to school. You'll end up testing positive for corona.
Don't study.
Don't study. Nope, absolutely not. But, yeah, thanks for asking, Chris. I've been up to a lot as well. You know, fun fact. I might cut this for the hell of a fun fact. Our boss asked me to say that. He asked.
Really?
Yes, because he said, I forget what episode it was. I think it's 34. I asked you, like, oh, how have you been? And you were telling me, like, about your truck and shit. And I think Chunk at the time. And then we went straight from Chunk into, like, a game. And our boss was like, so did he ever ask you how you were? And I was like, no. And he goes, do me a favor. Next time, ask him. Be like, oh, thanks for asking how I was.
Hey, listen, I go on tangents talking about myself. I just forget about other people, you know? I'm a bit of a narcissist, what can I say?
He's a narcissistic, selfish son of a bitch. So
I'm not going to deny any of those things.
But I've been actually... I mentioned this, I think, last episode. I was going crazy in Hunt Showdown with my brother. Well, I got back into one of the oldest games I've played. Friend, I've played...
The oldest
so many
games.
Hours. So it's not an older game, but it's a game I've played for a long time, since launch day. And I got back into it. We've been playing Rainbow Six Siege, man. Going hard.
Do people still play Siege?
Yeah, a lot. I think it's like 3 to 4 million concurrent. It's like one of the largest games out there still.
It's like I guess it's like a CS:GO thing where they have like really high staying power. I guess.
Oh yeah, Siege still gets content, and yeah, so much shit every couple months, dude. It's fucking. I love Siege so much, dude. It's so goddamn fun. I can't wait for like the next single player Rainbow Six game though, if that ever happens. I doubt it will though, with the amount of money they make.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm just not like a competitive FPS kind of guy.
Yeah, Siege is literally the only competitive FPS I can play nowadays. I used to play Call of Duty non-stop when I was younger, but I can't get into it anymore. But Siege is the one that always
I played
sticks.
a bit of Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare is a good time if you get the boys together. We should honestly play at some point.
But I don't know. I can't see myself playing it much anymore.
Yeah, right. I played a shit ton of gun game in Modern Warfare with my brother as well. That's fun. That, not gun game. Gunfight. That was like the one mode I really liked in that one.
No, I played a lot of gun game. I was okay at that.
The only gun game in a Call of Duty that I've ever been in love with was Black Ops 2. I loved gun game in BL2. So fucking good.
Well, that's just a good Call of Duty game.
It's exactly, basically. But I've been playing Siege. I've been playing fucking Hunt still. I went from having I think 6 hours in Hunt, and then in a matter of 3 days I went up to like 21 hours in Hunt. So that was fun.
That's pretty good.
Been heavy into Hunt. I put a lot of games on the back burner already. So like my Red Dead 2 playthrough, I kind of paused with that. For a little bit.
That's fair.
I'm going to get back into it, but it's just, I got to the Saint Denis part, and I'll be honest with you, like, from a gameplay perspective, Saint Denis was never really my favorite the first time around, so this time it's just kind of like, I like it, but I already know kind of what's happening, so I'm kind of like, yeah, you know, I don't have as much of an oomph to really get through this part, especially because I know fucking Guarma is around the corner.
Fuck. Oh shit! I've been playing with this. I've been like twirling around this little 3D printed boat.
Oh, no.
And I just broke it.
Oh no, not
I just
the boat.
broke it. The little like steam pipe that came off the top just snapped off.
Oh, not the boat, dude. I loved the boat.
God damn it! Now I gotta print another one.
Bullshit, dude. Bullshit. I'm done. This episode's over. Good night, guys. Fucking.
All right, bye.
Bye, bitch. God damn, that guy's.
Holy shit!
That guy's going somewhere fast.
Holy fuck!
Oh, he's still going. Fuck. Dude.
He wasn't playing around.
No, he wasn't. Not with his straight pipe Civic. I beat Metro Last Light. I'm sorry, I got almost all the way through Metro Last Light, and then I paused on that. Have you played The Outer Wilds yet, Chris? I know you bought it, right?
I played a little bit of it, like about an hour or so of it.
How'd you like it?
It's a super interesting concept.
What exactly, how does it start out?
It's basically you're like this guy going to like the first space launch that this planet has had in a long time. And then there's different like explorers that you can interact with once you actually launch. And basically it's kind of like a death loop type beat where they have each time you die you start from what is technically the beginning.
Oh, okay. So it's like a single run essentially. That's kind of cool.
But yeah, and it kind of has similar elements to Subnautica. I don't know why my brain went to automatic.
Automatica, Subnautica.
So, similar elements to Subnautica, where you have to discover stuff about like a race of
Creatures.
aliens that came before you.
Oh, that's cool.
Like the precursors in Subnautica. Oh man, is Below Zero finished yet? I'm gonna check right now on the fly.
I think it's almost finished. It's like very.
I know
very,
Below
very
Zero
close.
had like their second to last update recently.
Yeah, check that shit. I want to get into the Outer Wilds. I think it'll be a good game to play. In the meantime, while I wait for other games to come out that are piquing my interest.
It's definitely no, they haven't finished it. It's definitely like an interesting concept, and there's a lot of interesting mechanics there. It's just that flying around in the spaceship that you get is like fucking impossible.
Really?
Especially when it comes to like manipulating. There's a planet that you encounter that the center of the planet is a black hole. And you can straight up just fall into the black hole and be yeeted to the other side of the solar system.
Holy shit. Alright. That sounds fun.
So, you know.
Yeah. That's obviously not incredible. Have you ever heard of the Styx games as well? STYX. It's like the little goblin.
Yeah, I have seen them. I don't know what their shtick is.
You don't know what Styx's stick is, man? His shtick?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, boy. Yeah, no, it's just a stealth game. We were this little charismatic goblin. I re-downloaded the second one. I'll probably try to fucking play that.
Styx.
Yeah, the first one's Master of Shadows. Second is Shards of Darkness, I believe.
Oh yeah, I see them. A lot of times when I look up games on Steam, I just am surprised to find that they're in my library. But this time it's not in my library.
Ooh, what a shock. That is.
Yeah.
So, I'm thinking about playing that again. But what else have I been trying to play? I still want to try to do Blood and Wine soon, now that that's something I can probably sink into while I wait. Because nothing good is really coming out in the immediate.
I mean, yeah, Resident Evil's coming out like next month, isn't it?
Yeah, next month, yep.
Beginning of next month?
Yeah, I'm on a website right now for game releases. I want to see if there's anything here.
It's a shame about the whole coronavirus thing, because we were gonna do Godzilla vs. Kong, and now we might not get a chance to.
Yeah, I know. That's just pretty shitty. We can still do it. It's just gonna be later than we expected.
Later, we were gonna do it this episode, which is already late, and now it's gonna be later than late.
It's gonna be like 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, but whatever.
It's what it is.
We promised Godzilla vs. Kong. We're gonna give you Godzilla vs. Kong. God damn it.
God damn it. Godzilla, damn it. Yeah, dude. I'm looking just real quick. Oh, Biomutant is slated for May, which is kind of cool.
Biomutant.
We got Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Oh, right here. Hey, May 14th. By the way.
Oh shit! I'm excited for that.
Hey, May 14th, just so you know, is Subnautica Below Zero.
Oh, all right.
And May 18th is SnowRunner on the Switch.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking sick.
I am excited for the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, though.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I'm so hyped for that.
Because everyone, for years, I've heard practically everyone on the internet recommend the Mass Effect games. I'm like, yeah, I'll get to them, and I just never did. And now there's a remaster coming out, so I just like, fuck it, I'll play them now. Because going back to play a game that's that old
is rough.
You just like really start to feel the age of the game.
Oh yeah. I watched my brother start up Mass Effect 1 a couple weeks back, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? But I know it's a good game, like deep down. There's a lot to it.
Exactly, yeah.
But I couldn't imagine playing the original, so that remaster has me hyped as fuck, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna be buying that.
Yeah, that'll be a day one for me, so we'll have some talk.
That'll definitely be a time sink.
Oh yeah, 3 games, they're all long RPGs, hell yeah. I'll probably pick up Andromeda after it too. I know it's like the worst one, I guess, but still, you can't really play the first 3 without playing the 4th one, man, even if it is ass.
Yeah.
Actually, I have Andromeda because they added EA Play to Game Pass, so I have it.
Oh, that's a good point.
So
they did do that.
I'll just play it on Game Pass actually after Mass Effect 3, and maybe that'll even change my opinion about it. You know, that way I didn't have to pay for it, technically.
So here's the thing, Jordan.
Yeah.
What I gotta do, and I'm assuming you gotta do the same, since we wanted to do a Resident Evil thing. There's only a week between Resident Evil 8 and Mass Effect. So we gotta beat it within that week.
Yeah, true.
Or else I'm not gonna be able to get to it. I'm gonna be playing Mass Effect.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna look right now. So May, we got, May 7th is gonna be Resident Evil Village, and May 14th is gonna be Mass Effect. So the good thing about Village is that it's gonna be a mostly linear horror game. So, I mean, I don't see why we can't beat that in 7 days, spread out.
Yeah.
What?
It'll probably take, I don't know, 6-7 hours.
And you know what's perfect too, right? Our next recording is the 24th of April. Then the recording after that is the 8th. So it'll be one day after Village comes out, which means the next recording from there is the 22nd. So we'll have our Village probably spoiler cast for one episode, and then Mass Effect talk for the next.
Probably, yeah.
So that'll be a fucking jam-packed episode. One game I'm pretty hyped for that I want to see if my brother will pick up or something so we can play is Knockout City. It's that EA dodgeball game that's like super fucking sick looking.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Comes out May 21st.
Huh.
So fucking cool
I
looking.
haven't heard anything about that.
The beta just went on, and I've watched a shit ton of YouTubers play it. It looks so fun, dude. It's like an actual good EA game somehow.
Interesting. Yeah, they definitely never recovered in the same way Ubisoft did.
No, definitely not, dude.
Like, Ubisoft was able to recover from like things like AC Unity and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And everyone was like, "Oh, fucking Ubisoft makes shitty games," but no, they just make a lot of mediocre shit now. It's not great. They don't knock it out of the park necessarily.
No, they're not like a Rockstar.
But they don't make bad games. For the amount of games they make, it's actually impressive how good they are.
Yeah, they don't make like Red Dead 2 masterpiece like Rockstar, where they take 9 years to make one game and it's a masterpiece. They
take like 8-10 months to make a game.
Yeah, at the most like 16 months, and you end up with like a fucking fairly good RPG or like a fairly good open world game. So
that being said, I probably will pick up Valhalla at some point.
Yeah, I was gonna
whenever it's on sale.
I was gonna segue into Valhalla a little bit because Chris, I fucking did it. I went back, and I think I mentioned this last episode. I did all the mysteries in the game, right?
Yeah.
So I was mistaken on that last episode. There's Asgard is the second area in the game. It's like a dream zone area. I did all the mysteries in Asgard. I did all the mysteries in Vinland. All the mysteries in Norway. I fucking did the entire game. All the mysteries. And I did the Asgard campaign. It's only like 7 main quests long. I fucking did all that. So, with that said, I'm officially done with Valhalla until the DLC, which is April 29th. So.
Man, you got a busy couple weeks. You got Valhalla DLC, then Resident Evil Village, then Mass Effect.
Trilogy. So 3 games, dude.
The fucking whole trilogy. That shit's gonna take me probably like 3 months to play.
Oh yeah, no, that's gonna be
like, this is a project.
Yeah,
I have to do now.
Yeah, this is.
But the good thing is, when it's out, I'll be done with school for the year.
Yeah.
So technically my last day of class is like April 18th or something, and then I just have like a week and then finals.
Gotcha. Yeah, Village is something we should be able to fly through. I'm saying it's probably Resident Evil 7 you could beat in like 8 hours. So Village is probably.
I know
there was an
achievement. There was an achievement in Resident Evil 7 to beat it in 4 hours, and apparently it was pretty easy.
Yeah.
So
we'll be able to get through Village. Mass Effect isn't necessarily going to be like a podcast thing, quite like Village, where we kind of want to do like a spoiler cast. Mass Effect's just going to kind of be like a talking point. So we're going to basically go at our own pace and probably just talk about the fucking game. So that'll be pretty sick.
Yeah, that's fair.
That'll be pretty sick. But Village is going to be good, I hope. I think it will. Resident Evil 7 was really fucking cool. Village comes out the 7th, and yeah, so it's going to be quite busy. There's also a VR game coming out this month, April 23rd, I think. Wraith, the Afterlife Oblivion, I believe it's called. Is coming for.
Do you become a wraith?
No. So you hide from a wraith. So.
Oh.
I believe so. It's literally like one of the scariest looking VR games. It comes out. Let me see right here, April 22nd. It's gonna be on PC. Let's say PSVR, and then Quest natively, which is what has me kind of hyped too. It's the fact that it's native.
I might have to blow off the dust on my Quest.
Hell yeah, dude. We should.
I haven't played anything in VR in a long time, and then there ended up being someone sleeping in my VR space, and then because I cleaned it up specifically when I got my Quest, and then it got all fucked up again because someone was sleeping there for a week, and then now I just haven't gone back because I'm just so fucking, I don't even want to bother anymore.
Yeah. Is it still like a mess, or is they just on now and you have the space, you just don't want to set it all up?
I have the space now, I just don't want to bother setting it up.
Yeah, I was gonna play VR, and then I was just like, I don't know, I feel like playing VR is not the right thing to do when you have coronavirus, so.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, right. So I haven't played it in a while, either. But, I'm hoping Wraith will be the next thing that I kind of play, even though it's gonna be horrifying. So, that'll be something.
Yeah, one of the other things preventing me from playing VR a lot is my ceilings. They're so fucking low.
Yeah, then you end up just punching the ceiling.
Well, yeah, it's an issue of, it's two different issues. My ceilings are too low and I'm too tall.
Yeah, so they're directly proportional to each other. So because you're too tall, your ceilings are extremely low.
If I was a little bit shorter, it might be easier. But the thing is now, if I'm in a certain spot, there's a heating pipe that runs directly in the center of my VR space. And that hangs like, I don't know, 2-3 inches below the ceiling. So that's like pretty much exactly my height.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll bang my head on that. And if I'm standing there and I'm not paying attention and I look up, I'll bang the headset on it.
Oh, dude, that's the worst. I just saw a guy on Reddit who dropped his Quest, and he dropped it, and one of the lenses just shattered on the camera. Bruh. And then he turned the headset on, and he could hear like glass rattling around in the headset, and it's just stuck. Ugh. It's stuck in a boot loop. I felt so bad for the guy. His cousin actually dropped it. He was pissed, dude.
Speaking of people dropping things on Reddit, I saw a video or this picture of a guy who bought a $500 JBL speaker and
I saw that.
Dropped it down like 4 flights of stairs.
Yes, I saw that. I think this morning. Yeah, he dropped it down on 4 it was a $500 speaker. Fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, because I have the JBL Charge 3, so it's basically the giant version of that. And they're fucking huge and they're expensive.
Yours is the giant version, or his is the giant version of yours? Because yours is the small one, right? That was in your truck?
Mine's a small one.
Yeah. And he had like a boombox size one.
Yeah, he has the I forget what model it's called. But
the Chungoid.
It's the fucking Chungoid one. Mine's like, and I paid like $120 for that speaker. And that's a pretty good speaker, so I imagine the $500 one is probably
fucking insane.
That much better.
Yeah. I can tell I'm getting old, by the way, Chris, because I finally got that apartment washer. I'm waiting on the dryer still. That's coming in April 21st. But I finally got the washer, dude, and I don't think I've been as excited in a while. I think the last time I was this excited for when it came in was probably like, I don't know, The Last of Us 2 or something. I haven't been this happy in a while, man.
An apartment washer.
Simple shit excites me, okay?
So what does it do? It just ties into like a water line and it just...
Yeah, so I bought a faucet adapter, essentially. It's a 5/16 to 3/4 inch. So male 5/16 to go into the actual faucet. Oh, I'm sorry, 15/16 to go into the actual faucet. And then 3/4 male coming out. And you thread on like a water inlet hose. And then you just plug the washer in. Obviously connect the water to the actual washer. And basically it uses your sink's cold tap. You're not supposed to use the hot tap for whatever reason. So you use the cold water. It fucking acts as like a normal washing machine. It's just really small. It's a 9-pound washer, but it uses the sink instead of having to have an actual like water line. And then I have an electric dryer, which I was doing the maths on, and I'm hoping it'll work. So like our apartment should be on either obviously like a 15, 20, or 30 amp breaker. I'm assuming it's 15 because of how old, but regardless.
I was gonna say, yeah. How much power? How much is that gonna draw?
So it's a 1400 watt dryer. So if you do the math using the pi formula, it ends up being about 11.5 amps, I believe, when I did the math. It's under 13, so I'm hoping it'll be good. I'm just hoping that like it doesn't, if you put a load in it, it doesn't obviously increase that amp draw a little bit, because that 1400 watts should technically just be for the heating element. So 1400 watts total, or is it just for the heating element? Because if it's just for the heating element, that's 11 or 12 amps for the heating element, plus the motor, plus, you know, any sort of restriction you kind of get with the dryer itself. So I'm hoping it'll be good.
The reason I was thinking of that is someone I used to work with, he said that if he has the microwave running in his apartment, he can't have anything else on.
Really? So
yeah,
so
he can have like the microwave and like his fan and TV, and that's about it.
So with ours, this apartment's surprisingly, as shitty as it is, surprisingly the electrical's not that bad. The only thing we've noticed is our air fryer and microwave. If we plug them into the same outlet, for obvious reasons, it trips the breaker. But aside from that, like, everything else is perfectly fine. I have an extension cable, which you've seen before, I think, from my left, that runs and powers everything on my desk. That's my 2 monitors, my PC, everything plugged into my PC, my speakers, my work laptop, which is on a dock station. Like, it powers everything on my desk. And then on the other side behind me is where Letsy's desk is, which has her entire computer set up, her monitors, our router, and we can run all that simultaneously and nothing happens. So, but we do lose power as soon as we get any sort of fucking, like, high winds.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, as soon as we get, like, fucking a strong gust, things start to flicker. Someone drives by a little too quick on the freeway, and the house shakes slightly, and it's just fucking power outage.
Just a butterfly flaps its wings a little too hard, and your fucking power's gone for weeks.
For weeks, dude, right? Hey, speaking of butterflies, that made me think of Life is Strange, obviously the original, because that was a major thing.
There's a new one.
Yeah, dude.
There's a new Life is Strange.
You gonna play that? Were you ever into the other?
I could not fucking care less, to be honest with you.
All right, glad I brought it up.
I saw the thing, because I played Before the Storm, I played the first one, and I played the first episode of the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked all the stuff that I played. But I just, like, by the time everything else came out for the second game, I'm just like, I just don't care. So I saw 85 notifications saying, hey, new Life is Strange. Like, I don't fucking care. I don't care.
Yeah. I basically played the first one, fucking loved it. It was awesome. I played it on mobile. I know that sounds hysterical, but a game like Life is Strange is surprisingly good on mobile, because it's a very, it's not like a realistic looking game or anything. So I played it on mobile. That was super fun. But then what was stupid is I tried to play Before the Storm on mobile, but you know what they got rid of? And this is such a fucking dumbass gay mobile gamer problem, but the virtual joystick, which is, again, it's adequate enough for a game like Life is Strange. You're not playing fucking Dark Souls, so it's adequate enough. They got rid of it, so you have to tap the screen to walk, and I'm like, nope, I'm done. Over it.
What the fuck?
So I never played Before the Storm as much as I really wanted to.
See, this is the price you pay for playing games on mobile.
Exactly, dude. It's the mobile gamer life, man. So I didn't play Before the Storm. I played episode 1 and 2 of the second one, and I was like, wow, this is really good. And then I was like, I don't want to play this ever again.
I liked Before the Storm. I liked it a lot.
Did you ever play the first one?
Yeah, I just said I did.
Okay, I thought you did. I just wasn't sure. I didn't remember if you'd actually said the first one, because Before the Storm is good.
I'd play the first one and the first episode of 2. And they were both pretty interesting, like I said. It's just, it took a few months before
all the content was there.
Episode 2 was out. And I was like, man, I don't feel like playing this anymore.
Basically.
But I remember when an episode, because I remember for the first one, I didn't have that attitude. The first one, a new episode dropped, and I rushed home to come play it.
Yeah, different times, I guess.
I was out somewhere. I was, like, riding my bike or something, because I couldn't drive. I was, like, 14.
God damn, that long ago.
So I was like, I remember rushing home to come play it.
That's fucking gnarly, dude. Yeah, Life is Strange 1 was so good. The second one was pretty cool, but I was just like, yeah, as much as I like this, like, I've really deviated away from Life is Strange style games where it's like the point and click adventure almost.
Yeah.
I've really deviated.
Where it's like it's more of a movie than it is a game.
Yeah, I talked about a game called Tell Me Why when it came out months and months ago, and I was really excited for it. And then I played the first chapter, and I haven't touched it since. It's not even installed anymore. Like, I just can't, dude. I don't know. I'm just not that interested in like point and click games anymore. As much as I was like one of the biggest Telltale fans for a while. And I don't know. I've just played so many that I'm just like, yeah, no. I mean, there's other things.
I don't really blame you. There's nothing exciting gameplay wise. It's just all story.
Yeah. So unless I'm like in that mood where I'm like, bro, I need some good storytelling, then.
It's like the big, like the walking simulator games.
Yeah, where it's like all puzzle or all story, yeah.
Yeah, like, what can I think of now? The Beginner's Guide. That one and the Stanley Parable.
The Witness.
Made by the same guys. The Beginner's Guide, I can recommend that. That's a really good one. You can do that in one sitting. It's like an hour and a half long.
Mm-hmm. I like The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, too. That's another one that's very much a walking sim.
Yeah, I was going to buy that game, and then I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I just didn't.
I think it's on Game Pass. Let me check. I'm almost positive. You should give it a shot.
I think it still might be on my wish list. You know what game I've been meaning to play for fucking years?
What?
And now I'm drawing a blank on what it's even called.
That's
the Talos Principle.
What's that one
Is that
about?
what it's called?
I've heard that one a lot. Wait, that's another walking sim, right?
Sort of, yeah, the Talos Principle. It's like a puzzle game. And apparently it's really, really good. And I played it for 29 minutes on February 22nd, 2016, and I haven't touched it since.
You know what?
I'm gonna install it right now.
You know what I've been thinking of playing recently? So I downloaded Prey on Game Pass, but aside from that, I was looking through EA's new stuff, because as we mentioned earlier, EA's shit ton of games got added to Game Pass now.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about playing Fallen Order, Star Wars game. I bought it day one, and I was like, yeah, this is cool.
Oh, I heard that was pretty good.
Oh, I know it's really good. I've played it, and I was like, this is cool. But I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, and I paid $60 on launch day, and I was like, I'm not vibing with it for $60. So I refunded it. But now that it's on Game Pass, I'm thinking about going back and playing it.
That's how I felt about Valhalla. I bought it for $60, and I wasn't vibing with it enough for $60. I was like, I'll play this, sure, but not for $60.
Yeah. I'm starting to get more like that.
Especially because it's a Ubisoft game.
Yeah, so like tomorrow it'll be like $4.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just waiting for Epic to ping me saying it's on sale.
Just wait, honestly, like you were saying, because I guarantee you when the new DLC comes out, April 29th, Wrath of the Druids, I guarantee the game's base price is going to drop significantly when the DLC comes out. Because they want you to buy like the deluxe or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
that makes sense.
You'll probably get a decent deal. But I don't know, man. I mean, looking at Game Pass and some stuff to play, there's a couple things I want to play in here. I started Prey. That was pretty good.
I heard that was decent. I've been meaning to play the Yakuza games, and they're on Game Pass.
Yes, yep, they are.
I mean not the whole thing. I mean Yakuza 0, Kiwami, and Kiwami 2.
Mm-hmm. I also want to try Skyrim.
Because I have Kiwami 2 already in my Steam library. I must have got it from a Humble Bundle or something.
That's the best.
But they're pretty interesting. They're like very, very Japanese, which I like that over the top anime style, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. You know what I did too? So I was editing episode 34. We talked about State of Decay, I believe it was 34. So I went back. I made a new save on State of Decay 2. Dumped maybe like 5 or 6 hours into that. Was playing through that. I was like, damn, this is fun. And that got me pretty hyped for hopefully State of Decay 3 as well. As long as that doesn't get delayed and canceled or anything.
Yeah, wasn't that announced like a long time ago?
No, it wasn't too long. I believe it. Well, let me look. I know it was, I think, summer of 2020, like during one of those COVID fucking summer announcement things. Yeah.
I thought it was earlier than that.
No, let me see. State of Decay 3 announced.
No, it might have actually been around that time, because I think we talked about it on the show.
I'm pretty sure we did.
And that kind of lines up with the first few
24th
episodes.
of July was the first article that came up that says Undead Labs announces new survival game State of Decay 3. So that's July 24th, so last summer, 2020. Okay. So it was like I think it was the Summer Game Show they announced it, which is pretty cool. I'm excited for that. I hope they take their time with it, because they're a small development, but they have Microsoft backing them up, so there's no excuse at this point for their quality to be kind of what it was for State of Decay 2 at launch. Because as much as it's a great game, small studio and all, they literally have Microsoft behind them and Xbox. So there's no reason at this point for them to release any shitty product, I guess you could say. So I think if they take their time, use the Microsoft resources wisely, and get us the best zombie sandbox game, I'll be fucking happy, dude. That's all I want. There's not many zombie sandbox games, to be honest with you. There's a lot of zombie games, but not a lot of zombie sandbox ones. So they don't have strict competition.
Speaking of shitty games at launch, Cyberpunk's been getting crazy fucking updates lately.
Yeah, that is true. And I saw a rumor, which I don't know if it got debunked or not. Their new update that's going to be coming out, I think it's like 1.2.2 or something, adds a new Pan Am mission, which I thought was weird. I don't know if that's just a rumor though, but I saw it on my feed and I was like, oh, okay. I don't know, man. Cyberpunk, I don't want to get too into it, but I thought about it. I kind of pondered Cyberpunk, and I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I want to kind of take a moment to meditate and purge it from my mind, and then in 8-9 months, go back and play it.
Yeah, that's my thought on it as well.
Like,
I'm just going to do it when I feel the time is right, because there's a lot of stuff that I'm waiting to play at the moment.
Yeah. Like Cyberpunk, dude, I last played December 20th. I have 27 hours in it, and all I did was the main stuff. So there's so much more for me to do in that game. But I think if I get a fresh start in a year, just say, I'll have a bit more motivation to go through the main stuff a bit slower and kind of do the side stuff, especially now because I know what I'm getting into. So I know how short the main shit is, so I don't feel as rushed to do the main stuff, which is how I felt initially.
Exactly.
I felt like you and I kind of needed to beat it so we could talk about it on the show a bit. But then it was like, oh, this game's like 12 hours long, dude. Like, I could have beat this in a day if I really fucking tried. Like, so.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about it too much more. But, I'm definitely going to do probably the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a lot of time.
Hey, did you see there's, on Steam, there's an Xbox Game Studios sale on Steam? That has me intrigued. It's like their head page of Steam right now. That has me intrigued to see. I wonder if they're gearing up for something, dude, like an announcement where they're going to collaborate. Because if you notice, all the Xbox games, or Xbox first-party games that have come into Windows are Microsoft Store or Steam. We've seen a couple on Epic Games, but I wonder if Microsoft, I think they've already sided with Steam in the past. So it'd be cool if we got a collaboration between them, dude. That'd be pretty fucking cool.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be awesome.
Holy shit, We Happy Few. What happened with that game?
I bought it a couple months back, and then I got Game Pass like a week later and realized it was on there, but played for too long. It's not that good.
Is it not?
It's not my type of game. It's like sandbox to the mats. There's like no guidance really. It's just all figure it out, and I'm not a huge fan of that style of gameplay loop.
It's like if it is like how I'm thinking of it, it sounds almost like Dark Souls, where you don't really get much guidance.
Yeah, it's like Dark Souls, but less enjoyable.
You're just expected to go. So
yeah,
I don't know. I have Game Pass, so it might even be worth checking out.
I think it could be
even
something.
If I only play it for a couple hours or something.
Oh, dude, Spore is on Game Pass. Hell yeah, dude! I didn't download Spore. That's fucking epic.
I already have Spore. I've had Spore for a long time.
I fucking love Spore. Actually, Game Pass, I've been looking through, has made me want to play through Mirror's Edge Catalyst again. Because I played it at launch, which was like a buggy mess when that came out, I think in 2016. So, it's probably a lot better now. Oh, fucking Madden.
I mean, was that game any good in general?
It was fun. I mean, it wasn't what it was chalked up to be, but what game is nowadays, honestly.
That's fair. I know a lot of games I feel like are like that, where it's like, it's so much hype surrounding it, and you get to the actual game, you're like, man, this is really underwhelming.
Basically.
But I also think that there's a lot of merit in a game that's like, this isn't necessarily like critically acclaimed, but like it's fun.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So
well. That's the thing, dude. Is like there's a difference between being a masterpiece, a fucking critically acclaimed success that doesn't have good user reviews, and then being just a fun time, And there's a play.
I felt that way kind of about Watch Dogs, like just playing the sandbox, just being around in the environment, just shooting stuff.
It was fun.
And hacking stuff and doing dumb shit. That was fun. I played probably a couple hours of the story of that game, and the rest of my time in that game was just spent dicking around, cheating in money and weapons and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a time and a place. I don't think every game needs to be this narrative critical masterpiece.
Oh, definitely.
And I also don't think every game needs to be just dumb, shoot 'em up, stupid fun. But that's kind of what's beautiful about gaming. There's something for everyone. There's the Outer Wilds, and then you have your Red Deads, and then you have your competitive shooters. So like, I think, there's a lot of variety, and there's room for weird games. There's room for serious games, satire games, and I kind of tread the line where I try everything, but I don't like everything.
Yeah.
Except for sports games. I won't fucking try sports games. I've played too many of them as a kid, and they fucking suck. Pretty much the
same way. Well, I'm not a sports guy in general. I'd never been.
Same.
So I just don't play sports games because I've just never been into sports, to be honest. But I play a lot of everything because I have so much shit. I remember I found this game that I owned called Supraland, and it's like a puzzle game, and I bought it. I didn't buy it, I had it, and I was just like, okay, I'll install and play this, and I ended up playing it for like 5 or 6 hours. I'm like, this is pretty good. And I never finished it, but it was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I do that shit sometimes too, where if I'm really bored, I'll sometimes just expand all on my Steam library and just kind of use the down arrow and just go one game at a time and be like, oh yeah, this is cool. Do I feel like replaying this? Nah, keep going. And that's how I found Styx, the Shards of Darkness. And I was like, hey, you know what? I played this game for my YouTube channel when I used to do YouTube, so I was just kind of forcing it back then. I never really sat down and played this game, so like, let me give it a shot. And now I have it installed.
In my old games, especially when you have as many games as me and as few of them
played
as I have 490 games according to Steam.
I have 349.
Let's see how many. Well. I can actually check right now how many I've played. SteamDB. Let me get my profile link.
Is it steam.db?
SteamDB.info.
SteamDB.info.
And then you just click calculator. I have 251 games that I've never played.
God damn. Where does it tell you that part? If you go to calculator, and then from where? There.
You go to calculator, enter in your profile, and then just scroll down to games by time.
Oh, okay.
Played.
It doesn't like my ID for some reason. I wonder if I have it set to private. I could. I'm just gonna use my URL. There we go. Game. So, I've played 60. I have 35 games never played. I've played 63 for 12 or more hours. My average, it looks like, is about 6 to 12. Anything from 6 to 12 is kind of my average and above.
My, seems my average is between never and 1 hour.
Holy shit, dude, really? What is,
Yeah, I have 251 games I've never played, and I have 89 games I have between 0 and 1 hours in.
Gotcha. What is your hours on record for playtime?
3,100.
I'm at 2,600. And what's your average playtime on the side there?
Average playtime. Hang on, let me look.
Should be right in the side of the hours on record. That's where it is for me, anyway.
Oh. I'm looking at hours per platform. Average playtime is 13.1 hours.
Mine's 12.5, so we're like right around the same mark. And according my account value...
I just have a lot more games, is the thing.
Yeah, you have like almost 100 more, I think. According to my account value, today's prices, my account's valued at $3,500. And at the lowest of the low, it was $1,100 during all Steam sales.
Yeah, I guess my lowest prices is 2,700, and today's prices is 7,700.
Holy fucking shit, dude.
That's because 90% of my games I've gotten from Humble Monthly.
Yeah.
I remember one time I went through, because I just started racking up Humble Monthly, and I went through, and I just redeemed, like, 6 or 7 months of Humble Monthly, and I just activated, like, 80 games, and I haven't touched them at all.
God damn.
So, that's why I have so many games I've never played, because I activate, like, 85 at a time for Humble Monthly.
Yeah, you're not gonna fucking play them, so... Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. That's our Steam accounts. You wanna...
But, yeah, we are running a bit long here, so...
Yeah, you wanna round this one out? And then we'll take a gander, and we can go to 37. 30-fucking-7.
Let's end this one out. That's the end of the show. I've been your host, Chris. Synapse Misfire Podcast. Jordan, round us out. Tell us where we can find us. Remind the people.
All right, people, if you want to, listen to future episodes or even go back and listen to some old episodes that you haven't heard, you can always watch them or listen to them here on YouTube. You can go via podcasting apps such as Spotify, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and we have our RSS feed always linked down in the description, as well as our other platforms. Import the RSS into your favorite app. Listen to us there. Or your least favorite app. We don't really fucking care. Just listen to us. We need money. No, we don't actually make money from the show. So, just listen. Enjoy.
Send us your money.
Shh, don't tell them that. We're actually, every time you stream in, right, we're using your hardware to crypto mine.
That's true. Yeah.
But anyway, listen on your favorite podcasting app. You can always contact us via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. Comments, questions, concerns, death threats, and also, as recently stated, send us some gift cards. Specifically, I prefer Dunkin' gift cards. Chris, what kind of gift card do you want?
Anything food.
Anything food. You heard it here, guys. Anything food, Dunkin' or Amazon for me.
If you can eat it, I'll buy it.
What? If you can eat it, you'll buy it. All right. Sounds good. You heard it here. We should make that a series.
If you can eat it, I'll buy it?
That'd be a good series.
Okay.
Anyway, look out for the IRL content on our YouTube page. Always contact us in comments, again, email, or on our Instagram, Synapse Misfire. I forgot to mention that in the beginning. You can always contact us there. We totally don't post anything, but we plan on it, okay? Take some time.
And just a note on IRL content, the reason it's spotty is because it's entirely dependent on whether we get a good video idea for the week.
Good video idea,
a
good project, entertaining, and also I don't get coronavirus, so.
That helps.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for listening, guys. If you made it this far, you're pretty sweet. If not, well, suck a fucking dick. Chris just had to bang something.
I dropped my boat.
Again?
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. Continue.
I was just going to say, I thought about this. This has been bugging me all week, Chris, when we decided we were going to do like a remote episode. Synapse Misfire remote. You can't tell me to get out of your house now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I can't... Do I have to leave? Do I have to get out of my house?
So, yeah. So you're going to tell me to get out, or like how's this going to work? Are you just going to hang up on me?
I guess I have to get out of my house. I'm the only one here.
True, but...
Alright, I'm
what
leaving.
about episode 37, man? Come back, please. Heard the squeaky ass door, and he's gone. All right. Shit. Well, thanks for listening. I finally get to stay. Wait a minute. He said he was under a bridge. Bridges don't have doors.